Hello there. Welcome to Press X to continue for August 2025. It's been a bit. It's been quite the summer. Um, a lot of happenings in life. I'm not sure we want to dive into all those, but yeah, I'm not sure. We actually didn't talk about this, Robbie. You have a new member of the family. I'm not sure if you just wanted to mention that.
I have a new member of the family.
Yes, that's that. Yes, that explains a large hiatus here. Yeah.
And well worth having a
Congratulations.
hiatus.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. We're coming up on 3 months here, so all
And
good.
you're lucky that it was during the summer.
Totally. Oh yeah. Already had a little baked in break for the summer here for 2 months, so it's good. Lined up great.
Nice. Yeah. Well, we did one episode, me and you, Robbie, after the Switch 2 came out, with our experiences just picking it up in very short time with the system, I think. Is that right?
Yeah. Seems like forever ago, but yeah.
Yeah, it's been a bit though. And yeah, Donkey Kong is now out, and I've been bonanzaing it up all sorts. And my daughter's really into it. My 2.5-year-old, she wants me to watch me play that every night, and it's quite the time. And we have a little towel. I got the Nintendo Rewards towel, the hand towel. And who knew this free reward would be one of the best toys I ever got my daughter? She, she grabs it and places on things, wraps little right around her stuffed animals, and she's very into the Donkey Kong Bonanza towel. It's very cute.
Yeah, I've lost quite a bit of like special merch to the kids over the years.
Yes.
I was going to get a something with my platinum points, but I didn't realize that like tell me, if you've redeemed them, I'm curious, like they want money for shipping, and I'm like, I don't really know if I want to pay you $7 to ship me the small little thing I wanted to cash in on.
$6 didn't seem crazy for shipping,
Yeah,
support the
I didn't know
industry.
I didn't know if there was some sort of way I could like make it worth my time by like spending more money, but that's obviously what they want.
You spend the $50 on like you get your NSO controller at the same time, like your GameCube controller.
Yeah, so maybe I wait, but I know they die over time. I mean, I only have enough points to get a little Luigi's Mansion keychain. It's him and oh gosh, Polterpup, and I'm just like, well, my son would clearly love that. He's into keys.
Yeah,
and he's into Luigi's Mansion. So
that'd be the good one. Yeah, I was trying to. Yeah, it's hard to find something that's really super appealing. It's not like the good old days of Club Nintendo rewards. We get stuff like this.
No, yeah.
I've got that on the wall in the other room too.
Yeah, there's some good stuff we used to get back in the day.
I think that's the what I love the most, that piece, and it displays so well, especially on top of the GameCube.
Yeah, for sure. And then Jason, you have acquired a Nintendo Switch 2, but for a family member, not for yourself, because you're a selfless. Yes. Yeah, not selfish. It's the opposite of the selfish. Yeah. So
yes,
good job there, and yeah.
I can't speak too loudly, but yes, it is a birthday gift for somebody in 1 week.
Very exciting. Very exciting.
Hey, but as such, I do have a question for people that have the same situation. Isn't there supposed to be some sort of game sharing, including Mario Kart World Tour, to a Switch 1?
World Tour, I don't believe actually has game share. Bonanza.
You guys remember the feature I'm talking about, right?
I know the feature you're talking about. Bonanza has it. Mario Kart, to my knowledge, does not. It should.
I didn't. I could have sworn it was one that was listed. Obviously, as two people.
Evidently, WWE 2K25 is really solid for Switch 2, and the game share works incredibly well, even online. I've heard people like it feels like you're just playing the game as a couch co-op. Like the way they implemented that, evidently, it's on fire. So if you're in the wrestling games, I hear the Switch 2 version is actually really good, which makes me interested that 2K made that. Hopefully their NBA game is also up that alley of a really good port with game share and stuff like that. Because I think that could be really cool, where you just need to buy one copy of a game, and if someone's is into playing it, you can do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking even for just like local multiplayer in house, stream
Yeah.
it to allow multiple. I mean, and for Mario Kart, it just feels like the obvious game. I feel like Rob's been Googling while we were talking.
Yeah, a couple of user forums across various websites suggest that this game is not compatible with the streaming to Switch 1.
Yeah, I don't believe it
Game
is.
share?
I believe Mario Party is the new one there.
Man, okay.
But
okay.
yeah, it's such a shame. I thought it was too, but alas, you can do, of course, a big TV and just do your local
yeah.
co-op.
I
So
mean,
that would be the
hopefully next weekend though, we'll get some family time and I'll be able to give you some hands-on from my end too.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. I sense about a month after launch, I got the water-fueled case, which I love this thing. It's got it's got these magnetic kind of buttons here, and you can like seat it properly, and it doesn't come out once it's in there. But it's nice just to flop it down. It's got some nice game card holder things.
Ooh.
And yeah, it's got a little. It's very nice and soft inside to clean it. It feels nice and premium. It's got a little storage mesh on the outside for my AirPods. And
How much was it?
I would not like to answer. It was around $100, $110. It's I'm going to use it for the entire generation, and after that, when it just lives there after so it'll be a long term thing.
I'm not judging.
It is one of the more more expensive ones, I would say, out there. And it sells out within minutes too. Every time Wario 64 lists it, SF Bags is going up for another batch of orders, and within 10 minutes, all the inventory is gone for the next batch. It's but yeah. And Robby, did you end up getting that screen protector for your Switch 2 yet?
I haven't done it yet, so yeah. I mean, I'm gonna just be weird here and just say I haven't even played the thing handheld yet, and I was playing a lot of Mario Kart with my family on the TV, and I still have a couple of games that, because I inherited a person's Switch, there's a couple of games on. So my wife, when I got the second Switch, she got my old Switch, and some of the games can't really be moved to another Switch. So I'm just kind of working through my backlog, and so I've been basically things that are comfortable to play handheld. I have just been continuing to play on Switch 1, like some role-playing games and some turn-based things. And then the Switch 2 has largely just been for family fun time. I do really want to undock it though. And then right around the time I was just about to rip it out of the dock, I started reading reports that the screen gets micro abrasions super easily. So now
evidently it does. I got worried about it too. So I actually have a screen protector on that and also the light. So I'm
concerned it's collected just enough dust since purchase though that I really want to take it into a store where maybe they have some appropriate cleaning materials.
Down, right? What do you mean?
I don't know. When I wipe screens down, it's okay, you can sort of see the direction of the cloth and you know what I mean? I know they've got clean microfiber cloth, probably someone in there who's done 100 of them for people that day. I just really think I'm gonna bring it to a store.
I honestly, the wipes they give you the white wipe and then the dry wipe, and then I really don't see anything. I don't see.
I'm so afraid I'm gonna. How many did they give you in that? Did they give you 3 in that pack from the link you sent me?
Yeah, 3.
And you've done the research, right? I will just on a whim buy whatever you tell me to, because I know you've looked at 6 different ones.
I just used it on a light, and the Switch 2, and both of them first attempt looked great. Didn't have to do anything.
Maybe I'll give it a go for the first one and see if I can.
Yeah, if it doesn't work out, it was $6. So just
okay.
Then
I mean, I assume it just rips right off, right? If you mess it up.
Yeah.
So
all right, it's funny. The screen protector actually makes the product feel more premium because it's glass versus this plastic coating, and it just feels nicer to touch the screen, which is weird because most time screen protectors, with phones is I'll never touch that. But with this, it's it actually feels better to touch the device and interact, and it's easier to wipe down because it's glass. It's this is weird.
Help me out. I missed the reporting. So the screen is really susceptible to.
Basically, they've been doing this for a while. I haven't had scratches. I'm not sure when they started to do this. Probably the OLED, which I also don't have scratches on. I probably should get one on that thing too. But they use this plastic film over the glass, so if you drop it, the glass doesn't go anywhere. It's protected under the film, but the plastic film, I guess, can scratch fairly easily. Yeah, I was also a little concerned because I had heard people doing that, and it's like, okay, let me get this just in case, why not?
That's the kind of thing I need to know if I'm going to give one to a child.
Yeah, with the child, I definitely would.
Yeah,
and I would get. Yeah, I can send you a link of the protector I got if you'd
please
like.
Please do. Please.
Yeah, next day shipping, as they say.
Sounds
I have to say, I've been very pleasantly surprised with the whole multi-system ownership angle of Nintendo.
I'm not. Can we talk about that? I'm not.
Let's
happy.
talk about it. So I'll tell you how I'm pleased by it, and then Robby, you can tell, and probably Jason can tell me how I'm wrong here. So I've got the Nintendo Switch 2 and the Switch Lite paired up as the linked systems, where you can just download virtual game cards at will. And then my OLED is on my account, and as long as that system is online, I can even tether with a crappy connection and just checks you're online and for that system. And you can play whatever game you want that you own if you're online. And then the virtual game cards for those two systems, you can download those. And there's a quick load feature even. So if you go in your virtual game cards, there's this filter of quick load. And quick load are all the games that are downloaded on your system, but the game card isn't loaded onto it. So you can hit that and it'll quick load on it and just instantly transfer without a new download, which is cool. And then the save data sync is working really well where, if you just say upload the save data after that, it'll just sync it automatically. So I can be playing between multiple systems, and you can manually download just to make sure you have the latest save data. But save data is going back and forth, and I'm able to use all my games on all my systems, and I'm very, very happy with it. So tell me, Robby, why am I wrong here?
I mean, I think like any weird family kind of workaround where you sort of try to take one person's account and scale it to a family, you're going to run into some obvious conveniences, but also some like weird stuff. So this is true like with my Apple account.
So
recently.
Mine's from a single person experience. Yours is from a multi-person experience.
Right. So like I, recently like turned we had one Apple account with a credit card plugged into every member of our family's media purchases like TV, music, credit card purchases and things. And we recently moved to the thing where now we're all like separate identities with our own Apple IDs. And so that's like, okay, well now everything is like cleaner and easier and makes sense because everybody is themselves. And then, but like we had to like rebuy an app or two for my wife that she uses pretty regularly. So that's kind of what I'm experiencing with the Switch. There's like some ups and some downs. And, so we were all just logged in as me. Sure. So that you could just play the games on any device at any time almost. And that was great. I did the update. I love the idea of the cards being more sensible, but they're not that intuitive. Like I'm running into strange issues. So, well, first of all, we have 3 Switches. So we've got the 2 docked, and then we each have a 1 that we kind of lug around the house and play. So like you can only have the Switch 2 linked to one of the 2 Switches.
That's right.
And what that means is that like I can sort of like let's say I wanted to pop between the same game on the Switch 2 and the Switch 1, I can do that. But if it's a game that my wife also plays, then things are getting weird because then I have to like unlink one of the 2 partner Switches and relink the other, which is a pain, and they have to be held.
Well, you can also just
together.
do the online thing, right?
Well, then there's like, you mean like the loaning thing?
No, you can even if a
create
virtual
her
game
an
card,
account.
So even if a virtual game card is not loaded on your system, you can play it without it on your system. So if you go into, and you can even download things that aren't game cards. So if you go into your virtual game card library, you can say download data, and that's not even doing a game card. And at that point, as long as you're online, it'll play. So let me find what the actual.
So let's say that like my Nintendo Switch 2 has a game of like Xenoblade on it, and then I want to bounce between the Switch 1 portable and the Switch 2 docked to the TV. I can do that, obviously. Let's say my wife, for some reason, which would never happen, wanted to play as Xenoblade X. What would be like the most convenient way for her to be doing so?
So if you own the virtual game cards, there's the options, and in the options,
from which device am I doing this? So like, am I doing this from the
on her device?
Okay.
You can say in options. You can say options, and then you can say download data, and that will download the game data, the download from the eShop or whatever onto that system. So now it's on your system.
Okay.
And then if you're online,
so she's online and I'm not playing it on another device. All she needs to do to like log into the game is just watch that little screen happen where the little game card animation happens.
She doesn't even need to do that. You don't even need a game card.
I thought only the linked Switch could do that.
No. So on my OLED, the unlinked Switch, right? The third Switch. On my OLED, as long as it's downloaded, which I can do, I can browse all my games from the game card thing, and I can go to options and just say download data. It has nothing to do with game cards, just downloading the game to my system. And then once it's downloaded, I can just select it. It'll be in your whatever bar, whatever, once it's downloaded. And you just hit play, and it'll just check if you're online. It'll let you play it. And
interesting. I'm going to try it in exactly that sequence you just said and see, because I feel like I have done what you're saying, but maybe I will re-listen to this recording once you put it out there.
The only the online thing can get you. I'm not sure how the online thing works because I'm never playing two games at once. I'm not sure if you're playing a different game, if it'll let you play that. I'm not sure how the online check goes.
So the downside of the previous thing was that I don't think two people could play the same game. Like it needs to check an internet connection, even if a game is like running. And I would like put the Switch to sleep, and then reopen it hours later, and then try to open the same game that was like still running in the background. It would still do this like checking for internet connection thing, which would be very annoying. So, especially actually if I was not on a Wi-Fi network. So I mean,
and it does it's weird. It does the checks periodically. Where I actually I was putting the system to sleep and reopening it. And it was fine for a couple hours at least. So. But yeah,
I know there's lots of money to be made if you're Nintendo, but I mean, I think everybody should just do it the Steam way, which is like good guy Valve. You know, they're just like really easy with the family sharing. You get some family members, and then
and how does the family game card thing work? You can lend a game for like 2 weeks type thing
for the Switch.
Yeah.
Yes,
in your family account you can have. Yeah.
Which to me is like a little limiting. I don't think somebody's going to finish a 100-hour RPG in 2 weeks. So
no, and you have to reloan it every 2
weeks.
Which
is it's a little annoying. I think they should open that up just a little bit. I mean, I guess it makes sense. You don't want to indefinitely loan someone something.
You can always
that's
yank
associated
back a game as well, which is cool as the owner. But because I'm curious how. So that is how I would advise doing it. And it's been surprisingly good. So that's given me new life to the OLED, being able to do save data sync and then just do the download data trick to get that game on your Switch.
Do we know if the new Pokemon game is going to... Because my Pokemon games are the only ones that don't sync save data, and it drives me nuts.
Oh, because they're worried about duplicating Pokemon. That's the thing. I think they'll continue on with that, right?
So the idea is that...
You might get two Pokemon that way. You sync your save data. You upload
so then
the
a
home.
second device.
You upload one the home, then you got the other one.
Can't home just know if it's got like the same stats, or can't they like encode the Pokemon with some sort of rare identifier that lets you not do it?
Animal Crossing is the other bizarre one. It's like, oh my, you might.
Oh no, you can't have another island on your console.
Okay, the Pokemon do have a lot in there that codes like. People were hacking and cloning Pokemon and everything. They can tell, that it was caught illegitimately and stuff like that. But as far as I know, there's no seen or unseen unique identifier, and that would only work if everybody was having to play it online, and then it would only allow one unique identifier per Pokemon, and that would run out of numbers real quick.
I also just think who cares? But maybe I have the wrong attitude about it. Like, I think for a while I was really intrigued. Like several years back, we were going through this moment where the tech people were trying to figure out, can we make something digital scarce? And there were all these technologies that were super interesting, evolving. And now I'm just thinking anybody who is cheating to play this game is not actually playing the game or having fun. So let them be doing that.
There's a thriving market of selling Pokemon on eBay, believe it or not.
I mean, it's interesting because like everybody kind of creates their own rules, right? Like, do you want to have like everything local in your like what is that called? Living decks. Do you want to have a living decks? Do you want to touch them all at once? To me, I'm like I draw the line, and I'm just happy to like fill the decks. So I'll touch trade. I guess everybody invents that for themselves. So if you just want to have them at any cost, and you're going to pay whatever,
yeah.
But at least touch trading is playing the game. In fact, playing with a person. We've had a great time. I've got a friend who's distanced, and he and his son, who's the same age as my son, we've been like every couple of weeks, like logging onto Scarlet Violet together and like running around together and trading stuff.
I bought the DLC and I started it. I'm very early on, so I'm anxious.
Let's trade stuff if you want.
Well, sure.
I don't remember.
I need to dive deeper into it. Yeah.
I don't remember. What was Scarlet Violet's DLC? Was that the Chaldea Zone Zero or whatever?
There's two.
There's two of them. I forget.
That's still one of them.
I'm still too early on to really know what it's about because I just basically launched it to check it out and then I quit on the Donkey Kong. The other game my daughter insists that we play pretty much every night is a level of Yoshi's Crafted World. She loves Yoshi. I got her a Yoshi plushie, and she'll just yell at Yoshi, Yoshi, Yoshi. Loves the tongue and all that. So we play a level of that and then a level of the Donkey Kong.
Those were some adorable games.
They really are.
Wonderfully handcrafted.
Yeah, I need to find... Is Kirby's Epic Yarn on Switch? Or is that just on 3DS? That's 3DS and Wii?
And Wii. 3DS and Wii.
Yeah, 3DS and Wii, yeah, okay.
We like, we like that one. We also like what was the Wii U Yoshi, Woolly World.
Woolly World.
Has my
Woolly's World come to...
No, but 3DS as well.
3DS is Woolly World?
I think it was
it's a new 3DS exclusive, okay.
Yeah. Woolly World is great. My wife got from my mother for her birthday got a matching. We have the green amiibo from Woolly World, the little green Yoshi, and she got a matching pink one to be his friend.
I've got a blue one and the mega green one. That thing goes for a hot penny on eBay.
I've got the mega and all three of the small ones, green, blue, and pink.
I'm missing Poochie. I'm very sad.
I know. I need Poochie.
I can't believe I didn't get Poochie at the time. They've been re-releasing all the other amiibo, but I imagine the manufacturing lines are a bit harder to get the yarn sewers up and running. Yeah. And then, I was originally going to get Donkey Kong physically because I had Best Buy credit to just get it basically free. But then I realized my daughter's obsessed with Donkey Kong. Even after I finish this game, she's been wanting me to just open this and play for a bit. Like, I have to get this digitally just to make that not a pain in the butt to get the cartridge in and out. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. Robby, you're all digital, right, basically, at this point?
Yeah, I mean, we've been getting a little bit back into physical because I have a part, like my mother's side of the family is really into just like clicking the buy button on everybody's Amazon wish list for the holidays. So I'm like, nobody for like a decade, nobody would buy me games. And I'm like, people are going to buy me fun stuff. It should, we should get games and books and music back on the lineup there. So
now I should say Best Buy and other places, you can buy digital codes for a lot of Switch games. Like I bought Donkey Kong digitally.
Target has those.
Best Buy, which is cool. PlayStation refuses to do that now. They've got this whole lockdown of we're not doing that anymore.
We recently I had a Target gift card, which what I'll say is like, as a teacher, there's a Target very close to my school, and sometimes kids give me Target gift cards for the holidays. And my belief is that if I get a gift card, I have to spend it on something fun. I'm not allowed to buy groceries with a gift card. So we had a Target gift card I got from the end of the year. I found it in a pile I was cleaning, and I was like, I was just kind of looking at Target, seeing it was there, and I didn't realize they sell the digital codes. And I was like, well, Theo has mentioned he would love to be Piplup, so I picked up Brilliant Diamond.
Oh, nice.
We started a little file together, which was one of the games that created friction for me, because I was like, what if I want to bounce between me playing on my Switch 1 and him playing on the TV with the Switch 2? And that was like...
You need a different save file, I guess, at that point.
That's fine with me, though. I'm okay with that.
You're able to do that. Like, yeah. He has his own save and all that,
so we get to be Piplup finally.
Anything else about the Switch 2? It's now easy to buy, pretty much. It's just widely available, and there's also a pre-order for the Pokemon bundle, which is kind of weird. You just, let me pre-order this different bundle, and I don't want Mario Kart at all. Let me do that.
I would have done that if it was an option to me at launch.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd rather have Pokemon because you save even more money at the market.
Well, no, because I wouldn't have had any games to play if I had done that, actually. So.
That's true.
Yeah, see, even knowing it was coming, and even like for myself, for when I get my own, I'm going to get the Mario Kart bundle still over Pokemon because I'm going to want those Pokemon games for my collection.
I see. Those, because one thing about Pokemon, those games hold their value. Crazy.
Yeah, quite a bit. I every once in a while I keep getting surprised by how much those old games cost.
Yeah, I should dig out my copy of Emerald and make some money. I don't know.
I got yellow sitting in a Game Boy, like yellow.
That's it. Yeah, those are expensive, right? The Game Boy ones,
yeah,
that's crazy. But yeah, it's just I wonder. I do wonder if going into the holidays, if there will be a rush on them and they'll be supply constrained for a bit again. I'm not sure.
I don't think. I think they got enough before launch, and it's so readily available right now. I think Nintendo really held long enough that I think supply is just crushing it. And speaking of crushing it and supply, you mentioned to talk about, and let's transition into, 6 million sales.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, it's officially what, 5.8 million?
It's basically 6 at this point.
Yeah, it's basically 6. And the funny thing to talk about is since the launch of the Steam Deck, Valve has only sold 6 million Steam Decks.
In what, 20? What year was that? It's been many years at this point.
It's been several years.
Yeah. I mean, who wants a chunky and elegant Steam Deck compared to the Switch?
Don't get me wrong. You're actually not quite speaking to the choir. I still think the Steam Deck is an amazing device.
Oh, it's great. But it is.
I like it.
The hardware engineering behind like this thin and sleek like Switch 2 versus like the Steam Deck, like for the Steam Deck 2, I just want them to like figure out how to make this thing thin and less.
I don't agree. I like that the Steam Deck has some size to it. It gives it some power, and it's the difference between feeling like a toy, like a piece of.
What do you mean power? Because the Nintendo Switch 2 is more powerful than the Steam Deck.
It is also newer. The Steam Deck is how many years old?
Sure, but that's what I'm saying is like,
I'm saying
technology
if they
has come further, so if they make us thin,
I'm saying if they make the same size, they will be able to get more power into the device, more processing power, more battery power life, more power overall. And I'm okay with a device that is a premium,
Okay. I got what you're saying. Okay. Yeah.
It's heavier and bigger, but it's more comfortable to hold. That's what I'll say.
But Nintendo's clearly onto something, considering they sold the same amount in, essentially a month, or I'm sorry, 6 weeks.
Yeah, no, it's wild. The sales are doing great. I think Mario Kart's a very high attach rate.
Not quite as high as Breath of the Wild was at the launch of Switch.
150% for that game or something.
Yeah, that was phenomenal.
Yeah, and then so initially they had to bump the accessory prices because of the incoming tariffs. And we have new tariffs, 25% out of Vietnam now. So the Joy-Cons had yet another price increase to now $100 if you want a pair of Joy-Cons, which is bonkers. And the Amiibos that already got a price increase to $30, it's rumored those will be even more expensive too, which is also wild because 30 was like a breaking point for a lot of people. It's like that's just too much for what it is.
The Joy-Cons is what I don't understand. I am not saying that the Joy-Cons are not nice, amazing, capable, whatever. But are you going to tell me that a full 20% of the cost of that device is just in the Joy-Cons?
Yeah, evidently in the yeah. If you break it down, if you just buy all the individual accessories, it's ridiculous, like the dock and all that. Like that's why everything's it's cheap. Yeah, it's definitely like you could buy a second system and sell them off individually, and like it's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, and then the original Switches are going up in price, which is the even more shocker thing. Some 8 years into the generation, we're having a $400 Nintendo Switch OLED, only $50 cheaper than the Nintendo Switch 2. Is it $330 for the light or $230 for the light now? $30 bump.
They must be selling them in volume
Because
they didn't feel like they had a choice.
Because it's like otherwise, like you've imported a bunch. Why do you need to do this unless you're still needing to import them? I guess because they're still selling.
I wonder how many of those sales that they were still selling were because of the unavailability of the Switch 2 at the time.
Yeah, I'll be curious. I really want to see them beat that PS2 number. I think it'll happen, but I'm not sure when.
I'm sure Sony, I like Sony very, very much, but I'm sure Sony's going to magically do some more math and pull another couple 100,000 units out of their hat.
Yeah. But yeah, it is wild to see these price increases for the original hardware. A lot of people were conjecturing, this will make the Switch 2 look more appealing. And also the conjecture is they're going to hold the line on Switch 2 pricing as long as humanly possible because they want to build the user base so they have software to sell to these people. And they don't want to kill a brand new platform. So I think the pricing on the actual Switch 2 is safe for a long time. And hopefully, new administration comes in, these tariffs go back to something more reasonable and they can just hold the line for Switch 2, hopefully.
Look, Nintendo already proved their mettle for their fans, as far as I'm concerned, back in the days when Iwata took a $1 salary because of the struggling performance and everything. Even if they do raise the price for the Switch 2, they held it through a couple of waves. Sooner or later, if they cave, I'm not going to be too upset, but Nintendo is trying to do right by the fans and not make us pawns.
Yeah. Ironically, this Piranha Plant
is adorable.
But it also got a $20 price cut after launch. It's now $40 instead of, I think it's $60 for this thing. Yeah. So I should have held out. They actually cut the price on this by $20. Evidently they weren't affected by the tariffs in the same way. Or they just wasn't selling enough and they needed to drop the price.
Is that the only camera you bought, Tim?
What's that?
Is that the only camera you bought?
Yes, but I also play the Switch a lot at my desk, which already has a USB-C 4K webcam that I just hook up to it.
I'm curious, is the, as I understand it, I don't know what it's called, but social mode,
the game camera,
the game chat is really good about what audio it picks up and whatnot. Is that hardware locked, or is it great if you're using the Piranha Plant up by your TV? And is it still? Have you tested it, or
I have not done. It's on my computer monitor, basically, is where I play docked. But the mic is actually on the Switch 2. The camera actually, I don't think actually has a mic, to my knowledge.
It's got to, because what if you're got the Switch 2 docked?
Yeah, it uses the Switches.
Oh, I guess, yeah, I can still use that mic, yeah.
Yeah. And evidently, from what I've heard, it's very good with the noise cancellation, picking up your audio.
I've played some Mario Kart on it, and it does pretty good from the couch. So we have our couch that we actually sit back on when we watch TV and play games is really kind of far from the TV.
Mm-hmm.
And that one is a little tough for people on the receiving end to hear. But when we sit the length, what I consider to be the average person's couch to TV length, it's real crystal clear. Really good.
Hey, do me a favor. Estimate what you consider an average person's length.
You know what? That's anecdotal.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
That's why I needed to know. It is so very person to person. So 8 feet is what you would say is about average, and it's good.
Our living room is long, is the thing. So it's skinny and long. So our TV is long ways because the fireplace is on the other wall, and I'm not putting a TV over a fireplace. Sorry, does either of you put a TV over a fireplace?
No, it's ridiculous. You're looking at the ceiling, basically. It's ridiculous.
I've done it. It's fine.
It's ridiculous.
Actually, right now my living room projector, the projector screen hangs over the fireplace, but we're like, a lot of feet back from it, so it's fine.
Now, the thing I love about the Prom Plant is you can take it out and just dock it on top of the Switch.
I think that is cool.
Because for some reason Nintendo didn't build a webcam into the tablet.
That's a disappointment.
I wonder if the OLED revision will have a webcam built into it.
Yeah,
kind of like the DSi did.
Oh, DSi did have a camera built in. Wii U gamepad had a camera built into it.
It did. It did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're on and off with what they do.
It's weird.
As much as I love Nintendo, it amuses me generation to generation what they roll back and reintroduce.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Yeah, but no, I was asking Robby because like my living room. You're saying 8 feet. No, I've got a larger distance than that, so I do get that it's relative. So I was curious what you considered a good distance that it was.
I think it's maybe like 11 or 12 feet from where I sit. Maybe at the minimum 10, because I'm trying to think if I stretched myself out from the couch, the foot of the couch, you probably could not fit an entire. I'm 6 feet, over 6 feet. You probably could not fit an entire 2 me's, but
okay,
it's close.
And then here's another weird one. What about if the Switch was docked behind me? How do you? Have either of you tried docking it behind you and see how well it picks that up?
That'd probably be good.
My living room setup that I'll have, I'm probably going to have it docked behind me, not literally here because this isn't my living room, but I'd have it docked behind me about 3 feet away, but the TV is still going to be 15 feet in front. So I don't know how well it'll be being behind.
It should be fine.
I don't know what kind of mic is in it. So I guess if it was a very specific mic in terms of directional input, but I can't imagine it is though, because it's designed for family play in a living room. So.
I'll be honest, I'm more curious to know. You guys know me, I'm not likely to play multiplayer or social games, but I'm just curious how capable it is, and what kind of setups.
Do you think Sony will? There's a camera with PlayStation for streaming, right? Do you think they'll add any kind of video like chat like Nintendo did in the PS6, as like they often copy Nintendo in many ways?
I think we're more likely to see it in the portable they're supposed to be working on.
Yeah, that thing is super intriguing. Like for me, the PlayStation 6, I'm probably going to just get the handheld and just use my PS5 Pro until the PS6 Pro comes out. Probably is that's my current thinking. But I don't know. We'll see what happens when the time comes.
Yeah, I mean, and Sony's even weird. While they copy, they're weirder to predict. Sometimes they zig like that. So I don't know. I mean, while they have social features, I just don't know. Personally, I'd almost love everybody to just throw some Discord integration in there and let everybody just talk to whomever.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Sony and Microsoft both do. They have the Discord integration. But, Nintendo's...
They're varying degrees, by the way. I'll use my Xbox experience here to say that this is like one of the small things that Microsoft has figured out the best. Like the Discord streaming integration, all that stuff is like very good on the Xbox. Yeah. I think this Nintendo Switch 2 launch and also like what PlayStation will or won't do next generation is just a reminder to me that both of those platforms I'm still very much buying because of the exclusive games more than anything else.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes, and kind of let's piggy exclusive games and where I'm buying games, combining conversations. That's before the show I was talking. That's my problem with game key cards, and I have a feeling my Nintendo Switch 2 library is going to be really, really, really shallow because I'm not going to buy empty cards and empty cartridges to sit on my shelf. So I already have seen I'm going to have to buy Project Octopath Traveler 0 on PS5. I'm going to have to buy Chronos on PS5.
Because you want physical things.
I want it physically, and if I have it physically, I physically want it. I don't want a physical tag that says I own it digitally.
So even when the PlayStation handheld comes out, which I'm sure will be all digital, like you just won't have. I'm not sure if it'll be appealing to you because there's no way that it's going to have a CD drive in that.
It does not have any kind of physical media. I am going to buy it because I'm a collector and have a problem. But
yeah.
and I also do have a pretty vast digital PlayStation library, and PlayStation has a pretty compelling digital lending library for their payment, that's for the money that I give them, that
The extras thing. Yeah.
that they will make that product worthwhile for me, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
other than that, no. I mean, I don't see me buying a bunch of products for anything that I cannot native, or a bunch of software for it if I cannot own something for it.
Yeah, you're the physical diehard. I get it. I get it.
As
I'm a
hard
digital
as they
sucker.
come.
I like the digital future.
Yep. Nope.
But I got a couple. I've got the Cyberpunk physically here.
That's and thank you for reminding me, because again, we were talking. I do think that might end up becoming. I think it's going to be sad that I might be able to feasibly complete a physical, complete on cartridge Nintendo Switch 2 collection over its lifetime, because I think so many games are going to be empty keyboards.
I also acquired these guys here.
Oh, wait, were those on sale recently?
I imported them from a Canadian website that had the full bundle. So it's like, let me get all the Xenoblade games because I love these things to death, and let me have them.
Yeah.
So I got all of those. Yeah, I've got a complete Xenoblade collection now, which is very satisfying for me.
I should get them all on Switch just to have it all in one spot, because I have them piecemeal.
Yeah, I own X on Wii U as well on disc, and I own the Wii version of the original game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all of them, right? Because everything else was Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
the
3DS. I was about to say, I'm not sure how much that counts, but boy, I think I need to buy that just to have it in my collection.
I have it digitally, the 3DS copy, which Jason, I really wish I was a 3DS collector, because those games are so valuable now, and it's not like the Switch where multiple systems is easy to manage digitally.
Yeah.
The system transfer thing, and oh man, it's quite a different world with that.
Yeah, actually, it's funny because the most expensive item in my collection peaked a couple of years ago because of them shutting down the Nintendo eShop and everything. I have the 3DS Fire Emblem Fates Special Edition that comes with both main games, and the third game that the only way to get it physically was in this special edition.
That's wild.
Yeah.
The hacking scene for 3DS is blown up. I don't know if it's as bad as Vita, where on Vita you can basically just download any game you want on a hacked Vita. I'm not sure if 3DS is that bad, but
I didn't realize Vita was that bad. I remember PS.
Oh, it is. Yeah, on Vita you can install a Vita store that basically has every game, even physical only releases, where you just download everything.
Well, I think I need to get my Vita back out.
Yeah, it's wild. I bought a Vita used on eBay because I couldn't find mine, so I have two Vitas now, and it came packed with a memory. It was like a SD card as its storage thing. It's like came just like that's how it was. It's like, okay, what is the 3DS hacked experience, Robby? Because you have one hacked, right?
Yeah, I do. There are resources online that they're very clear. If you follow them step by step, you will probably not fail. Some of the steps are like, if this step doesn't work, try it again and again and again and again and again, and it will probably work eventually. And that was true in every part of the sequence. So yeah, I mean, I'm in a very slow burn process of just figuring out, maybe one day I'll fill out Pokemon Home. And one possible way I know I can get stuff on there is through some of these DS era games. So I just thought it was all right, well, I have some of these on the Delta app for the phone that I've been testing out, and you can technically get them on here, but I didn't have Pokemon Home, so I had to install that, which means I had to put a store, a janky store on here that lets you download DS titles that are no longer available.
To be that guy, isn't that technically a 2DS, Robby?
Oh, sure. Yes. No, you're right. Sorry, I couldn't find my 3DS is somewhere. I have the very first one, the green one.
New 2DS.
This is a 2DS XL. Oh, there you go.
This is the OG 2DS.
And that wedge is a wonderful device.
It's the most comfortable.
You can make fun of it as much as you want. Yeah. Make fun of it, but that thing is phenomenal.
It's great. I love it. When I saw this design, when it's like I got it, it was $99, I think, at the time.
Yeah.
It's so comfortable, like this little wedge thing. It's so comfortable.
Yeah, I love it.
Official Nintendo carrying case with it, Anyways, I've got so much just random Nintendo hardware within reach.
I normally do. I'm not ready for that this time. You guys know me. I normally have all sorts of wild stuff.
I've got my
Here's the only other thing I currently have on my desk, not Nintendo. Oh, that's a good one.
Is that a Dreamcast VMU?
Yeah.
Very
And
nice.
I was just thinking about that. It is such a shame that that Sega didn't have something to compete with Pokemon at the time. Because could you have imagined taking that VMU on the go and the
it could have been there for it. Yeah.
They could have had the Digimon,
Could have been there. This thing is cool.
I never owned a Dreamcast.
They had Chow, but let me tell you actually I have like several of these, and one of the hardware problems is that like if you put too much pressure over where the battery is, they'll like basically factory reset. So I've had several times I'm like trying, I need to actually like see if there's any tutorials online where you can like rewire it to more reliably. Oh, very cool.
Is that a Tamagotchi?
This is the Wii Fit U
pedometer. Oh, the Wii Fit U pedometer.
This is such a great. I hiked mountains with this thing. This is such a great gimmick.
Up until they released the Pokewalker, there were a bunch of third-party websites that said that was one of the most accurate pedometer counters that you could get, was the Wii Fit U one, and it was only beat by the Pokewalker that came with Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
That's wild. Wii Fit U was such a great game. Like I wish they would continue that line. Like it was actually really good. I really enjoyed it. I know we have Ring Fit Adventure, but it was special.
I think Ring Fit Adventure was phenomenal. I would love to make a sequel for Switch 2. It was great, and it was a good game and fun. It's hard to explain. It was good in and of itself.
Yeah, I own it. I need to get some time into it. I don't have a great place to play. Our basement, the floor is never quite clean enough where I want to be on the floor that much. And
with my physical, I was talking about, and I touched on some of the games that were mentioned in that Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase or whatever. Were there any others you guys really wanted to talk about
with the Partner Showcase?
Yeah,
I mean, Persona 3 Reload, which I already have here. I bought it for like $15. It's like I kind of want that on Switch too, because it's a 100-hour game that will be hard to find the time for on my.
I understand that drive. For me, that will entirely be tied to whether or not they put the whole game on there. And if they don't, this is one I can't. That it considering it came out on, didn't that start on PSP?
PS5 is where it started. I've got Persona 5 Royal on cartridge here.
That's for Switch 1. I'm going to see what they continue to do with Switch 2 now that they have those game key card options.
Yes. We'll be curious. Yeah. But yeah, I'm very much excited about that in October. That'll be my next big Atlas RPG, and hopefully Metaphor comes over at some point. That was my highlight of the show. I mean, the other... the campfire game. What do you guys think about sitting by the campfire with our crazy Mighty Morphin Power Ranger heads?
I think it was a cute premise, but I do not see me even caring to attempt to look at that game. Kind of like what was...
It's $15 for that one. Imagine they should have a podcasting mode where you could record your audio. And
okay, that I'd be for. I'd be okay if they made something like that as a hangout and audio record type of thing.
Right.
But a $15 hangout app is just not what I'm here for.
Yeah, there's a market for it, but But that was just so bonkers. Then Square Enix really ended the show with some cool RPGs. Elliot seems interesting.
Yes.
I'd play that.
Oh, yeah. Didn't he look like a red mage, Robby?
Yeah, I think I can see that.
Chronos looked very intriguing. I'm not sure if I'm down for a horror game right now, but that looked cool.
It did. I'll be playing it on PlayStation 5.
Are you a Just Dance collector? Do you have all the Just Dance games?
No, I have no Just Dance games.
Okay. That has not invaded your house, Robby, with the kids and stuff, has it?
No, we've been
Good.
playing. Well, I'll tell you what we've been playing in the later section of the outline.
Okay. Yeah, the direct was mostly. It was less exciting than I thought it'd be because I thought we already know Elden Ring's coming. Let's have a release date. We already know. A lot of stuff still doesn't have release dates that should, which is concerning a bit. I don't know if we'll get a September direct that kind of like finishes up what's coming this year.
I think maybe so.
Yeah, it seems like maybe they're holding some of the bigger stuff like Elden Ring for the next direct.
I bet
really
it'll come
don't.
closer to October.
I'd be
Yeah,
kind of
probably.
surprised if by the holidays there's not one other Nintendo character game reveal. Maybe
I think
that's
there will be
too
one more
optimistic.
Nintendo game coming this year. One more Nintendo game announced. We'll see. Yeah, we're like a week away from Drag X Drive. Robbie, are you gonna be playing the test fire or whatever demo thing next weekend?
I am currently so overwhelmed with games that I'm going to probably guess not right away, but
Okay. So
I'm
there's a
intrigued.
free demo, I think, next weekend for a couple hours.
I'd love for one or both of y'all to demo that for me because I guess I'm like the only one who I'm absolutely really excited for that game.
It
and I don't
seems interesting. Yeah. Just the control.
and like I didn't like Rocket League. I don't normally like these kind of games, but 100% it looks great. And this is just I've got to support the attempt at
They dropped like an
representation.
8-minute trailer that was pretty in depth as to what you can do. It seems pretty cool. You can high five people as you're driving by them and stuff. Like it seems neat. And it's $20, so not too bad for what it is. And there is a offline mode as well if you just want to play the CPUs and stuff.
Good.
Yeah, I'll be curious. Yeah, about that one. And then, anything else on the direct worth mentioning?
Not major.
Okay. I was very excited. PlayStation outlined about their Fight Stick. The most exciting thing for me, as someone that won't buy the Fight Stick, is PlayStation Link, the audio technology I use currently to do this podcast. It's coming out with USB-C dongle finally. We've been stuck with USB-A, which is especially a bummer because when I got the PS5 Pro, all the A ports are on the back of the console, which makes audio less reliable. So I've been using a Thunderbolt dock hooked up to my PS5 Pro to get good audio. And we're finally getting USB-C variant of that stick. So hopefully they sell that dongle, and I don't need to buy a whole Fight Stick to get the new updated dongle. But it's also interesting that they're doing it's a wireless. So the dongle lets you do link audio, which is low latency, like lossless audio. But they're letting you also the Fight Stick instead of using Bluetooth, will use link to have low latency controller stuff, which is wild. That I wonder if like we'll eventually get a DualSense that can use link instead of Bluetooth. And it's also baffling to me that the PS5 Pro. Why wasn't that just built into the console versus being a dongle? That's just wild to me. That's like, well, keep using the dongle. Yeah.
I agree that it's wild that it's a dongle. I'd also like to point out I'm personally not okay with it now being a USB-C dongle just because for those of us that don't have a Pro, we only have one USB-C port. And
No. There's been A's for forever.
Okay, I didn't.
And you can use either dongle. Like it's just adding variety to what you can use.
But that having been said, I doubt they're going to release standard controllers. The reason they're doing it with a Fight controller though is because the Fight cares so much about that latency. So
they do, yeah. But yeah, I'm very excited that so we'll have the option of either A or C, which also means I can hook up the Link adapter to my Nintendo Switch 2, and that's cool because then I can have my phone for podcasts and my Switch has the game audio all through the same headphones. So I'm actually pretty excited about that C dongle. So I can use it with the Nintendo Switch 2. I can hook it up to an iPad pretty easily. Yeah, so that'll be fun.
Fair.
Yeah. I'm probably the only one excited by this. Yeah.
No.
You were a Fight Stick guy?
I do not play a lot of fighting games, but when I do, I love a fight stick. Playing it on a controller is just no bueno. I love a fight stick.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I've never really used one at any serious length. It has a nifty case that comes with it, which is cool. I love when PlayStation gives you a case with the controller.
That is nice.
Yeah. So yeah. Then the other thing, the Analog 3D is coming out very soon within the next month. controllers are now shipping. This showed up without much notice because I pre-ordered it like a year ago. And after getting Parallels installed on my Mac to boot up Windows, I was able to update the firmware, which is a pain in the butt, and this now works with Nintendo Switch 2. And very impressed with this guy. Feels great to play with. I played a couple levels of GoldenEye, which that thing looks beautiful on the Switch 2. I didn't realize it can do full widescreen support, and it's looking pretty good.
Didn't they announce for some of their N64 and GameCube catalog for the Switch 2 they were going to allow widescreen for them?
GameCube they did, and it was weird. It was an option within the game options, like natively in the when you're in the game. It wasn't like an app option in Nintendo Switch Online. It was like within the game. Let me go to the video settings, and it's like it had that option. I'm kind of curious to boot up my cartridge to see if that was there all the time.
Right? I kind of need to do the same.
Yeah.
Do you think they will ever do another run of the Genesis?
Oh, analog?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just feel like explain to me what I'm missing here. Like, and I'm not bitter. I love their work. I'm a huge fan of what they're doing. The idea of like your mission being game preservation seems a little bit mismatched with their like inability to like provide this for everybody who wants it.
Yeah, right. Where it sells out. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I missed that run, which was, of course, that's on me. Like I should have foreseen that I would regret this forever. But
yeah, the Genesis run. Yeah.
Yeah. I would totally like they could charge quite a lot for another run of that, and I would do it.
Yeah, just keep the old consoles.
Yeah, the HDMI is the help.
I mean, I could always buy a new one, but a new old one, but mine is not doing so great these days.
It's very nice having HDMI. Like PS3 and later, it's like, oh, you can just natively hook the stuff up, which is nice.
Yeah. It's also a AV receiver.
Yes, and there are adapters. I have adapters.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I get it. No.
The
HDMI really is the biggest thing, the big deal. I know I'm being purposefully obtuse, but I've got to do something to justify all the stuff that I buy and collect.
Yeah, I'm looking at eBay, Robbie. These things look very expensive on eBay. The Genesis.
What is it like? You're seeing like $300-$400 minimum.
600.
Oh. Well then.
It's called the Analog Mega SG. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like 640.
Like, what's the point? I'm looking at their product page right now. What is the point of having a product page full of products that are sold out?
To show you their past work, I guess.
It's almost like just a kind of a flex, which I appreciate that. I'm just being real salty about my own mistakes in life. Is what I'm doing. Yeah, it's funny.
When the N64 one came up, it's like, let me pre-order this one right away because I have like 200 to 300 cartridges. Right? Like I was seriously collecting that one.
Yeah, I don't have as many. That's why I didn't.
Because like this is the one. It's like when I was starting to game collect back like a decade ago. It's like let's start with N64 because it's like the one console that I could actually conceivably complete since there's so few games ever released for it. You know, I think it's one of the smaller libraries of any console, right?
If you exclude Virtual Boy, it is.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, anything else before we get to what we're playing?
No, I'm taking.
Okay, Robbie, you should start in case you have to jump.
Well, I'm on summer break, so there's a list here. A couple of these are hangover backlog. One or two of them I've started. So, I mean, not all of them I've started and completed since we last spoke, but I'd say, are there any you want to, maybe there's like, okay, I'll go here we go. I'll hit a couple highlights. Then if there's others you want to talk about, I guess, let me know. Expedition 33 has turned out to be just one of my favorite games I've played.
Game of the year?
All year long. I mean, I just cannot, I don't know. I just like the story. I think it's got to be easily one of the best stories in a game. I think a top 3 to 5 game stories. I think what they did was so creative and inventive. They did such a nice job iterating on several different emerging trends in the role-playing universe over the past decade or so, and just putting a really creative story with a lot of heart behind it. It's a very short game.
Like 20 hours?
Yeah, like the story is like 20 to 30 hours. Maybe it's probably more like maybe closer to 40 for me. I took my time with it, but I didn't do everything. Like there's a lot of really crazy hard stuff.
There's no map, which is frustrating to some.
I don't, but the map is not that big.
Or a mini map or something, yeah.
I
did pick this up on the I picked this up on the summer sale, so it is it's downloaded ready after I finished Death Stranding. It is there for me.
I hope. I mean,
it's a $50 game.
Okay.
Yeah. The physical copy sells out pretty quickly after it's available. They're reprinting it though constantly.
Yeah. I just really admire what they did with that game. It's not really a perfect game. It's got some like
the music I hear is phenomenal.
It's got very original music. I mean, it's not like nothing I've ever heard before, but the way that they fit it into the atmosphere of the game is very fresh. So I really appreciate what they did. I think they did a really interesting story that had like really, it's just one of those stories that I don't experience. Like a lot of game stories are like, oh wow, that impacted me, that had like, that gripped me, that engaged me, and like a good movie would. Mm-hmm. But like, it's more rare when a game story is like the kind that I just can't stop thinking about for like several weeks after I finish it. So maybe I'm overhyping it. I don't want to. I know the community of people who like have already.
That's my concern that I'm going to go into this and it's like, what's the big hype about this thing?
I'm just trying to not have an expectation.
Yeah. And I love not having expectations, except I do have to ask, what about it has lingered with you so much that you're can you talk about that without spoiling?
Not really in detail, but like the story is already from the very beginning has like humongous existential and emotional stakes for the characters in it. And what they've done is they've like really, they just kind of, it's like a very, very mysterious story that leaves you wondering lots of things about the world, but also really feeling for the characters in it. And then as you get to know the character, though the voice acting is really very good. So the characters speak in a natural way that characters actually speak. They're very relatable. I don't feel like there's any part of the main story that is extra weight. Like all of it feels important and original and creative. Like I was never feeling like, oh, I've seen this in the game before, or I'm doing this again.
You're the voice actor from Final Fantasy is here. Clive is
yep,
back.
He's there. Who else is there? So Chris Cox is there. Andy Serkis is in the cast.
That is wild to be. Yeah.
So
there's a French cast as well because this was made in France. Is there? Have you heard the French?
No, but I think the English casting is awesome. Like it's really very good.
Andy Serkis is wild to have that kind of pull. It's like, whoa.
That is huge.
Yeah. It's really, so it's good. But then what happens is like as the act, there's kind of like 3 acts to the story, and then it's just one of these stories where it's like it's already very gripping, but then it becomes then like major things shift in the plot, like at the end of the first act that you're like, oh, this is actually not the story maybe that I thought it was. And then at the end of the second act, you're like, oh, this is actually like
exactly
really not the story.
Now the most important question, is there an easy mode if I get frustrated by dying too much?
I think there is. I kept it in normal the whole time. I will say, so it's very, very, like the time element of the combat is really specific. Like you got to hit the buttons within frames, and you cannot avoid the dodging or else you'll die. And really you should get the parry. It's like skip the dodge button altogether right from the go, and like really just learn to parry, because
I just play Stellar Blade, so I'm up on my
the timing. I mean, it's a little easier because there's no like orientation like in a Dark Souls kind of game. There's no like camera angle or like angling or hitbox. But I think I'd have to look it up to see if this is technically accurate. At least it felt like the windows of when I needed to press buttons were tighter.
Okay.
Yeah, you couldn't have said something that actually turned me off the game anymore, because parry is a mechanic that I usually pretend doesn't exist in a video game.
Me too. But I have at a certain point realized I was never going to win the game or have any fun unless there were moves that like I knew, like I would go into certain, like I would do like an enemy or a boss enough times where I would be like, okay, I have enough sense of like my ability on this game at this point where I know that move, when I see the animation trigger, I'm never going to parry that reliably enough. I'm just going to dodge that that move.
As someone who platinum Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, I'm up for a good parry.
I think it's great. It's very rewarding. You get like what moves you can select from the menus is based on these like action points that you acquire, and you acquire them when you successfully parry in addition to other things. So like it's you're kind of slogging without much to do unless you just learn to parry.
Okay.
So it was good and respectful of my time. And then I made the mistake and went on to Final Fantasy 16. I'm so sorry, y'all. I know you really love this game. It's the kind of game that I definitely admire and appreciate. Like I like the story, I like the voice acting, but I did feel like it didn't make me really engage with the gameplay hardly at all.
I will say it is one of the easiest Final Fantasies I've ever played.
I got through the first 80% of the game just smashing the square button, and then had to start dodging in the final run.
Considering, again, how I play games, I hear what you're saying in terms of difficulty, and I'm a member of the Make Final Fantasy turn-based again crowd. Because while I enjoy Final Fantasy 16 for how it looked and the story, those were the things I enjoyed about the game. I will agree, the gameplay was uncompelling and or not really difficult. But other than that, I mean, yeah, it was simple. It was easy. If that's your complaint, I can't argue with you.
Yeah. That's my main one. But I finished it. I did finish it, and it took at times a slog, but I enjoyed the way it wrapped up. But really the thing I've been playing the most in the much more recent weeks is Night Rain, which
only game.
Oop.
Yeah, we had a little hiccup there. We all switched places.
There we go. Yeah, Night Rain, when you are both ready for it, is a real time, I will say. And there's 3 of us.
It seems like a cool game, but I just never have enough time to have let me get online with some friends and play many hours every night.
It's about, if you get to the final, so like every time you play the game, you're trying to get through like 2 days of in-game play, and then and each day ends with a boss, and then there's like a boss that is sort of like, but the end of day bosses and the field bosses are like random-ish. So like the map of every time you play the game is more or less like the same kind of place and has the same kinds of building structures, like castles, churches, field bosses. So there's like a bunch of different types of like ruins, but like where they are and like which bosses you find on them are sort of different every time you play the game. So there's sort of
how long's the cycle?
I think it's probably about 45 minutes to succeed in a run. And there are 8 bosses in the game, and now they're adding like extra hard mode versions of those 8 bosses. So like you basically, if you want to like beat everything in the base game, you got to win 8 different times. And the only thing that you can consistently rely on is that the boss you have selected to fight will be the ending boss of the run. But you can like the first boss, there are people who've done that. You can watch YouTube and find out. But like, for example, I'm on the 4th of 8 bosses I'm trying to win against right now. And there's like some frequent flyers in the like day 1 and day 2 bosses. For example, like the magma worm and the smelter demon keep coming up at the end of day 1, and I keep dying with my team because
Smelter Demon. What game
is
the Smelter Demon from again? And from the
Dark Souls 2.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, it's really a fun time. The concept is that you were trying to speed run a build, basically. So they have made all of these ways for you to need to go fast. So like imagine trying to like get to the highest level you can. You can basically, I don't know if you max out at 15 or if that's just like that's like your hard cap for how high you need to be. I usually end a successful run around like level 12, maybe 13. But you're like trying to get runes, so you can't waste time fighting small stuff. You got to like strategize with your team. You've got to like hit the big bosses and
So
like
you're
go where
saying
the cool
I
loot
can't
is.
grind for like 20 hours and
No.
get my character up.
Which is how I play.
Because
Yeah,
there's
me
a
too. It's
team-
like, oh, I'm stuck here. Let me just grind for many hours on end.
because there's a team. Can like one person stay and take care of some trash while other people go on to handle something?
You should not. I would not advise that you leave your team. Would not,
Oh, because
unless
I
you're-
heard because you all get runes if anyone kills anything. So
Yeah,
like, I
yeah, yeah,
heard
you
that
share the
one
runes.
One strategy is to diversify and just like.
Yeah, well, sure. If you're very good, it's very
Yeah.
hard to play this game one player.
I see.
That's how I
Will
practice.
you be joined with the randoms if you don't have people to play with?
Yeah, and actually, one of my friends. So I have a friend who I've been playing with for a while, and we've like added a person who we regularly play with. So we got a 3-person thing.
Mm-hmm.
We chat online when we like over the phone when we do it. But his whole thing is like he's really into. I don't know if you've ever read that profile of in the New Yorker when Elden Ring came out, like that Miyazaki profile where he talks about the strangers helping him push his car out of the snow in the middle of the night and then fading into the distance without a word spoken. Like that is kind of the energy of a voice chatless rando run. Like you just sort of like it feels really good when you win because nobody said a word. You just like work together, have victory, and then fade away.
Right. And they're adding a 2-person mode, right?
It's, I believe, out.
Okay.
I don't know how balanced it is.
You have not tried the 2-person mode yet.
No, I totally would. But I think 3, I mean, basically to me, like the fun of of having multiple people in the game is it's like, it's a pretty hard game to be good at. Of course, there's people online who are nuts, but to me, it's like having a mimic tier or 2.
Yeah, it's like the thrill of taking on a boss with the summon or something.
You get to share the thrill, but you also get to share the devastation when you die, which is still pretty frequent. It's a lot. But I like the idea though that like somebody can like take the aggro from the boss, and that actually is a strategy. You can have like a melee class, which I am, who sort of distracts the boss and gets in some sword hits, while meanwhile you can have magic, and there's like a bow and arrow class that's very good in the game, and they all have special move sets and weapons and things.
Yeah, I'm so curious what the Nintendo Switch 2 From Software game will be like. If it'll be closer to this, or
I was cautious about Night Rain, but I think I like it. I think this to me is proof that, I mean, and this is just like reusing a lot of resources from a game they already made. I think they really can make a good online game.
Yeah,
the one for Switch. Refresh my memory. Wasn't that like them making their own version of a Monster Hunter type of game?
We're not quite sure. It's player versus. I don't know. I guess players are definitely in your world, but it's unclear how much.
I remember the game. I just don't remember details about it.
Yeah, it's a Bloodborne spiritual successor for sure. But we're not quite sure what the gameplay will be like quite yet. And then, I am intrigued by Night Rain, but it's selling crazily well. But at some point I need to do Dark Souls 3. That's the one game I haven't actually platinum from them.
Oh, but you've played it though.
No, it's my one remaining game.
Is that your favorite or something, Robby?
I love it so much.
I think I actually started it, and I am somewhere early on in the game, kind of thing.
The highs of beating some of the late game DLC bosses are very high highs.
Yeah, I also need to do the DLC for Elden Ring. I've not done that yet.
Also, great.
Yeah.
Shadow of
the thing that's just, I wish they would add a pause button to Elden Ring.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder what they'll do on Switch if you just go to the home screen.
Yeah, that'll pause probably. Sometimes I get handed a baby.
Exactly. That's the problem with From Software games.
Yeah. And my team just knows. I'm like, I'm sorry. I either do this is it or I don't play. Like,
yeah.
They're very generous to me, but yes, I sometimes.
Yep. How is the Bonanza for you?
Oh, I'm glad because you've been playing that. I think it's really great. I'm not playing it as much as I'd like to, but I'm having so much fun when I am playing it.
What transformations do you have?
First, I'm about to get the fourth. No, yes, the fourth one. I'm about to get the
Okay, I think it might be a spoiler for the fourth one. That's one they have not announced in the trailers, right?
Well, I don't want to say what I think it is.
Because you have the zebra and you have the
ostrich.
Ostrich. So you have one more after that you're about to get.
Yeah. Oh, there's only one more.
No, there's more than that.
Okay. I assumed there was a couple more.
Yeah, there
based
are.
on the way. Okay.
Yeah. We should not. Yeah. Jason, do you care about what the?
Hey, don't be worried about me. This is the kind of thing I'm not worried about being spoiled on.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, that would be like saying it's a spoiler to say that Super Mario 3 has a frog suit and a Tanuki suit.
Right.
Okay. So spoilers about the fourth transformation, if you care. Fast forward.
Fine for me.
A couple minutes. You get a freaking elephant transformation, Robbie.
And I'm in an elephant. Yeah, go for it.
You have it? The elephant?
No. I'm just in an area with lots of elephant people about to meet.
What you'll eventually be able to do, Robbie, is vacuum clean an entire level, basically strip mine it of all its gold and stuff with the elephant, and you'll be you can throw chunks of these big balls of the things you suck up as well. But it is once you get this, you can just like mine gold and resources, go back to like the earlier levels and just like suck it dry. It's so satisfying. It's so satisfying. So I would recommend upgrading the elephant to its maximum sucking power and get the elephant as strong as you can, because it is a OG way to get gold and all that good stuff. Yeah.
Amazing. I love that.
It's very satisfying. Very satisfying. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. But yeah,
I've
got 650 bananas currently is what I'm up to.
Jeez. Yeah, so
because I'll go in and I'll mine gold and then buy the really expensive maps that show you where all the bananas are. So I'll go through like 150,000 things of gold just like that, just buying up all the maps. Yeah.
You've got a plan.
Yeah,
that's
so
I'm
trying not to progress too much in the story when my daughter is not around. So I'm like, let me just mine these bananas here, and it's so satisfying. Some of these puzzles and just the smashing mechanic. The
smashing is great fun, and you know, for kids too. You don't have to be that good at understanding the game to just have fun smashing.
You don't. You really don't. No, it's great, and the costumes are delightful, and no. And basically, the bonanzas, I thought, I might not use this that much because I want to make sure I can always do it when I need it. But you're constantly you can basically always do a bonanza because you just need just so little gold to get into it, basically. So if you use the elephant for just a little bit, you'll have enough just from that. Where you just basically be always bonanzaing if you want to, which is cool.
Episode title: Always bonanzaing.
Yes.
I obviously always want to talk about Pokemon Go and Final Fantasy Tactics, which I see on this list, but I got to bounce out of here.
Yeah. All good. Well, thank you for your time, Robbie.
Sad to miss that.
Yes.
Always good to chat.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
See you later.
As well. See ya.
Bye.
And that's a perfect tee up for me, I guess.
Yeah. So
yeah, I mean,
honestly, Final Fantasy Tactics, which comes out in its re-release pretty soon here.
Yes, I'm really just priming myself for it. It is one of a handful of games that I'm not sure I can ever stop playing. And when you said something earlier. It was in the direct though, or the partner showcase direct, whatever. But Tim, do you play strategy RPGs at all?
Not really, no.
Have you played one?
I've played. Is that like Mario and Rabbids?
The combat is like that in so much as yes, you have the grids that you move along.
So I've done that.
Okay,
I've done one Fire Emblem game in my entire life.
Oh yes, Fire Emblem. And did you enjoy that game?
It was all right, mostly. It was fine.
Well, Final Fantasy Tactics for most people is like the pinnacle of the strategy RPG genre. I basically bought my PlayStation 1 for this game. I've played it repeatedly, and
No, what
knowing that
platform are you playing this on?
I'm playing an emulated version of the PlayStation 1 game
Okay.
because I no longer have my PlayStation 1 disc.
And why now versus waiting for the
Because it's
the new
coming out
one?
again, and I just want to have time. I've beat the game. I can play it in my sleep. I just enjoy it. It
Okay.
has a robust
So
robust
you will be
class.
getting the new one to check out the new enhancements and
Yes.
voice and
I sadly don't remember if it's only coming out on Switch or if it's Nintendo
it's
Switch
both
2.
PS5 and Switch.
Well, I don't remember Switch 1 or Switch 2.
Switch, I think both. Maybe just Switch 1 actually.
How about this?
Especially
if it's only Switch 1.
It'll be on the cartridge for Switch 1, that's for sure.
Bingo. Yes, I'm.
Well, that's another thing this generation is that like I think a lot of people just like let me buy the Switch 1 version of Civilization 7, then you get the upgrade pack and you got the best of both worlds actually.
Yeah, especially because the physical versions aren't being any kind of discount for the upgrade pack with it or anything like that. You can get the $50 game plus a $10 upgrade at $60. So whatever.
Yes. And then then the Hogwarts Legacy developers did an oopsie. I don't know if there's a way to fix this oopsie, but if you do the $10 upgrade to Hogwarts Legacy, you flat out own the digital copy of the game without the cartridge in the system anymore. Oopsie. So you can go to the library, rent the game, get Hogwarts Legacy for Switch 2 for $10. Crazy. Because every other upgrade, you need the cartridge still in the system to play the upgrade.
Interesting.
Yeah,
but that's ethical.
Yeah, that's not very ethical. But there is a glitch where you can just get $10 copies of that game now.
Yeah. But anyways, going back now, yes. Yeah. No.
Tactics.
Yes,
yeah.
It's a great game. It is comfort food gaming for me. I am very.
Is it difficult if you don't know this kind of stuff?
No.
Okay.
Like I said, it is considered the standard bearer. I've played the game enough times. I don't even remember being new to the game type of thing, but it's phenomenal. I keep stuttering trying to talk about it.
And it links story wise in the Final Fantasy 9. Is that right?
No, Final Fantasy 12.
12. Okay.
So
what's
much
12
so,
on? What is 12 on?
PS2, though you can also get it on Switch. I actually own Final Fantasy 12 on Switch.
Okay, so it's a PS2 game.
Yes.
How's that one hold up these days?
Oh, it holds up phenomenally.
12 holds up good. What's kind of the art style of that one? They weren't trying to cute.
No, it was the more realistic. 12 was the last release on the PlayStation 2.
So okay, because I think PlayStation 2, I think like, that might look pretty nasty these days.
No. 2 is the PlayStation or the Final Fantasy game most people know, and it was the first one on PlayStation 2 was Final Fantasy 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then 10-2, then they had 11, and then 12. And so 12 was the pinnacle of their PlayStation 2 genre, timeline. And it holds up extraordinarily well. I love most of the Final Fantasy franchise.
Are any plans after you finish Tactics to finish the story with going to 12 again?
When I say they're connected, they're only connected in so much as like it's the same world theoretically.
I see.
Not a direct connection like that.
Okay.
It's
not like a prequel or anything.
No, but when they re-released it on PSP, I believe they did add additional content, including a character from Final Fantasy 12 was put into the game as an unlockable character, much like when the game was initially released, they had Cloud from Final Fantasy 7 as an unlockable character in the game.
I see. Gotcha.
So either way, great game, highly recommend. And Tim, you may not play strategy RPGs, but it is. I will sing its praises.
I'll probably check it out.
Robby and I will talk about it when the game comes out, if that's what it has to be.
I might wait for a sale, but I'll get it at some point.
Highly recommend. And I'm just a little bit more Pokemon Go. My youngest daughter has been heavily back into Pokemon, the trading card game, and the Pokemon Go. So just some playing with her.
Does that involve going outside in the heat?
It does, but remember, you and I both work at a job most locations are Pokestops.
Oh, that's true. I actually didn't think about that. That
Yeah,
might be
actually, most
dangerous.
of the locations where you and I work are not only stops, they're gyms.
That might be dangerous, actually. But yeah. And Pokemon Go does make your phone overheat all by itself, which is fun.
It used to. That's not the problem so much
It's better now?
anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. Essentially, it was just older phones, and it did push a lot of constant data and this, that, the other. But newer model phones and just to the game have really reduced its doing that.
Good. Yeah.
So,
Cool.
and what about
So
you? What have you been?
I talked about Bonanza quite a bit.
Yeah, quite a bit. Yeah.
Did so let me dive into Death Stranding 2. And then also, did I talk at all about Stellar Blade with you?
No, not with me. Which Stellar Blade is that's made by
the Korean team. I
oh, was that a
platinum
Korean?
that.
Oh,
I think it's
wait a
South
minute.
Korean.
I thought that was that Platinum Games?
No,
That's what I was getting at. You're not sure?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, that was a Korean.
So I did platinum that game. I forget if I talked about that with Robby or not, but
so if you platinumed it, you played it on PlayStation, not on Switch, because isn't that on Switch?
It's not on Switch yet. No, it was announced. It was rumored, but it's not been announced.
What game am I thinking of? Oh, I'm thinking of Astral Chain. That's what I was confusing it with.
Yes,
Astral
yes,
Chain.
yes.
Sorry, please continue.
But Death Stranding 2, I'm about 120 hours into this, what I would call masterpiece, Kojima's latest game. I'm a recent Kojima convert. As most people know, I played through all the Metal Gear Solid games, except for 5, which I dropped off of. I should pick that up at some point again. So Death Stranding 2 is the latest game. Really connected with the story, you know. Sam Bridges has a little toddler now. It seems it's like, oh boy. It's kind of funny because Death Stranding 1 came out when, you know, my daughter was like, an infant.
It has its own connection.
Carrying you're carrying an infant around. Try not to wake the infant up. It's like, now toddler's here with the second game, and the story goes some wild places. I don't want to spoil anything with that.
The likelihood of me playing either one of these games is somewhere between not happening and never.
I should say the quality of life improvements in 2 are substantial, and it's a very enjoyable experience all the way through.
Okay, playing is 2 more of the same with the first one. Understanding I did not play the first game, but I remember hearing people talk about. But I also ask if it's more of the same. Was he really able to recapture? Because as I understood it, part of what made Death Stranding 1 the original as a game I have not played and doubt that I will play, so have only talked to people talk about playing. Part of it was just this weird otherworldly vibe and trying to figure out these routes, and people are building bridges that other people can use. But it feels like if you do that again, you already walk in knowing what's the deal.
It's more of the same, but he was able to do what most great sequels do and improve every aspect of the original that was frustrating or not well thought out and made this shiny, like, polished. This is like the full realization of what that first game should have been. Like, all the things that were like not quite perfect and sometimes frustrating, that's all smoothed out, and like it just everything that you wished for in the first game is here. And the story, I believe, is just very, very good. Like it's like I was there for the story as well, but the mechanics of the gameplay are just on another level now. Like the gunplay and all that stuff is actually enjoyable and not scary. Like in the first game, if you killed someone, Jason, you got to basically reload a save file, or you're carrying that body to an incinerator. Otherwise, it's game over. In this game, you can kill somebody. You won't kill people as often, though, because all the bullets you're firing really don't do it. I've accidentally killed people by running them over in my car like 20 times, which can kill somebody evidently. But it's not a problem. Not a problem if that happens. You get some dislikes, but a different porter will take care of that, and it's fine. And then so stuff like that's better, and just the gunplay is actually enjoyable and good. You can summon your ship to just nuke bases, which is cool. Like I was struggling with one mission of destroying these different these fuel canisters in this highly guarded base, and I was like sniping people from a distance, and they're waking up because it was taking too long. Then I realized, oh, I've got this ship that I haven't really used all game. Let me see what this thing is all about. And I was able to just like target the different areas where the thing was, and I was he's like, let's have supporting fire, and it just like bombarded, and I was able to get an S class in that mission just using my ship.
It feels so weird. We're still talking about Death Stranding 2.
Yeah. And then
this is the game I thought was about walking, and so far I'm running people over and a ship.
Yeah. Well, you have a ship. Are
you walking
Magellan? The Magellan, which is kind of your home base, and it navigates through the tar. So this world is tar, which is where all the dead things kind of come from, and you can navigate throughout the whole world. Basically, just fast travel through the tar, and it'll like come up from underground and emerge from the tar, and then there's your ship. But it can also fly and stuff, and give you covering fire. The actual delivering is very cathartic. Like you're getting all these packages ready and planning out your route. The map planning is much better in this game, where you can actually plan out your route, knowing what challenges may await you on that route, and if there's big elevation drop-offs and stuff like that. And let's see, there's a really good way to search for your orders to find, I need stuff for this destination. Let me find the places for that. There's the truck is just overpowered in this game in a cool way, where you can outfit the truck with armor and extra batteries, and there's an anti-gravity thing where the truck can jump insanely high in the air and not take damage when it hits the ground again, which is very, very enjoyable. There's these spiked tires you can now get, so you can go traverse like very steep mountains. Let's see. And the other thing that just blew me away is, so the BTs, these I forget what it stands for, but these dead things, these dead monster things that will sometimes come after you in certain places in the map. You can weaken them, with your gun and stuff. And then when they're in the red, kind of like in Pokemon, when they're at their last couple HP, you can send a little EX grenade at them and capture them. And it's basically like you're capturing Pokemon. And then when you need to fight other big monsters, you can summon the BT, the Pokemon, into battle. And it'll distract and attack that BT, and you can just go to town attacking that other monster now without that monster targeting you at all. It'll aggro the monster constantly. You can be standing right up against, attacking this guy, won't touch you, and you got like a good 3 minutes of time where you can just go to town. And then once that one's done, you can summon a different Pokemon out to battle, and it basically makes the whole. And during this time, it'll play this like Japanese Godzilla music basically as it's doing this, just like this very campy
hilarious
music. It is so much fun just watching the battle. And so yeah, you can capture these guys. I've got 3 of them now. I've got this dolphin dude, I've got an octopus, and I've got a lion dog thing. And it's so cool where you can just like throw them out. And during this time, you can also use your ship to do these big attacks on the monsters as well. So that part of the game was so much better, because before, when you got stuck with the big monsters in the tar, it was kind of like, oh crap, I'm doing that. I don't want to be doing it. So it's so much more fun having the monsters out with you fighting. So that
options and makes
phenomenal.
more of the game enjoyable.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the roads, you can now upgrade to level 2 roads, which means you can go insanely fast on them. And there's protection from the elements, this little tarp over it. And there's monorails now, too, they can build out. So you can transport stuff that doesn't even fit on your truck. So you can like load up these big cargo ships to like, let me move all this material. So to build out the roads and stuff, you need like ceramics and different materials, so you can use these mines with the monorails and just mine up all these materials and build up this whole road ecosystem. And other people can contribute to your roads, which is such a cool thing, seeing all the different things and from other people's games in your game. That's been cool. What else? And then there's this whole there's crystals, right, that you can use to it's like a material you use to upgrade stuff. And there's these little gold creatures that spawn. These little they're kind of cute. These little gold chiral creatures. And there's certain areas that you can go to farm them and kind of like throw these blood grenades out. They'll have this blood smoke come out. And when you do that, you get all these crystals from them. So there's this whole there's this whole cycle of let me go farm some gold dudes and do some mining, get some materials, and build out my roads. And you just build an infrastructure. It's a very cathartic experience.
Do you think there will be a Death Stranding 3?
Kojima said he is not doing it. It's unclear if he would entrust that to someone else. It did definitely leave it open for a 3, and a 3 that could be actually quite a bit different, which would be interesting.
Do you feel 1 left it quite as open, less open, more open for a 2? Like, you know,
1 left it more open because you're like here with your baby at the end of the game. It's like, what are we going to do? And it was unclear. These BBs are not supposed to grow. This one clearly did into a toddler, so that was a unusual situation. And you kind of learn more about your little baby in this game, which is very, very cool. But yeah, after we get off the air, I can tell you some stuff that might be too spoilery for other people.
Right, I understand. Because like I said, yeah, chances of me playing are slim, so I'd be more than curious.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm very much into it, and I'm very close to the platinum. I'm about.
What are you going to move on to?
What's that?
What do you think you're going to move on to if you're that close?
Expedition 33 is my next PlayStation 5 game, I think. Slightly shorter than the 120 plus hours in this one. Oh man, I can't imagine doing both these back to back, trying to get the platinum in both. This, this is taking a lot out of me, but it's very enjoyable. The music is also has such a nice vibe to it. I actually got tickets to next year, the Death Stranding concert.
Nice.
So I'm going to that. I'm curious what my significant other my wife will feel about that, because she is also going. It's good music, but the visuals of the game, I'm curious if I'll have some questions about.
I'm curious if, how it resonates with her, because yes, I get it. For example, Nobuo Uematsu does the score in multiple Final Fantasy games. And his work is amazing. But I can only imagine without the context listening to it and not being as blown away by it.
Yeah, and there's vocals and stuff it's not just pure orchestral stuff, I believe.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of vocals and good songs and stuff, and
yes.
And that's another thing. There's this music player when you're in the chiral network places that you've connected to the network, got the facilities up and running. You can play basically this iPod that you can set different playlists up, so you can just really zone out and have a good vibe going with all the songs you want, and really extensive library of music you can hook up to this.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a very beautiful game. I should also say this thing looks good. Evidently, it was overheating some PS5 based original models that had poor cooling or something.
That is one of those things. I've said, like I said, I appreciate him from afar. He's just not for me, but I will definitely give Kojima credit. He does like to push, looks and everything like that. I mean, his video games have been amazing looking for years now. And then when, he was still working on here, and then Death Stranding, and heck, his PT trailer was so phenomenal looking, or the playable. So I will definitely agree. Looks, he's got it covered.
Yeah, and you amass quite the crew. Your ship, you slowly gather more and more crew members, and you have a nice camaraderie with actual people in this game. In the first game, you're talking with these holograms most of the game. In this game, you're actually interacting more with people, which is cool, in the flesh. Yeah. And then what questions, if any, do you have about Stellar Blade? It's been a bit since I platinumed that one, but it was very enjoyable.
And okay, that's a Devil May Cry style action RPG, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's one that I am looking forward to, or that I was looking forward to. I hadn't picked it up, waiting right time, but that is kind of my genre of game, so to speak. I like Bayonetta too, right?
Yeah, it's similar to that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, action RPG, like you're upgrading different things as you go through the world. Cool story. The fighting just feels so good in that game. Like you have different moves and ways to tackle different enemies that just feels good. It's just like
And it looks
the
pretty.
combat just feels great. Yeah. So yeah, the best thing about that game I can say is just like the combat just feels great, and also a PS5 Pro showpiece game. It was updated for the Pro and just looks phenomenal on that system.
Yeah, see, I'm still.
It looks great in the baseline. It looks great in the
I
baseline,
know.
but it looks even better on the Pro. Yeah. But yeah, I think. I mean, playing the Yoshi. What else have I been? I think that's the main things here.
No,
a lot of Death Stranding. Oh yeah, GoldenEye. I did boot up. Oh yeah, Mario Kart World, of course. But I did boot up Civilization 7. I haven't spent much time with it. I was just checking it out.
But you're playing. Did you pay for the Switch 2 up?
Yeah, I did that. Yep.
So have you tried playing it with the mouse?
Yeah, it works great.
Did you like its use as a mouse? How does it feel as a mouse? I mean, that's one of the few games I can think of that's going to get some real mouse use.
It felt good. I should probably get like a holster for it, but it felt good just using it. I guess Mario Paint also came out. Were you ever a Mario Paint person?
No, I absolutely was not. As a matter of fact, I went Nintendo to N64. I skipped Super Nintendo.
I never had a Super Nintendo. I had a Genesis that generation.
Yeah, I had a Genesis and I went Sega CD. I ended up getting 2 Sega CDs because we first one out. We played so many games.
Yeah, we went NES, then Genesis, then N64, then PS2, and then my next system after that was the Wii U.
NES, Sega Genesis, N64, PlayStation 1, Dreamcast, and then Wii. I took a bit of a break there. I had to come back.
Yeah, my break was definitely longer.
Yeah. Well, I joined the army,
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, yeah, this is fun chat. Long overdue.
Back to talking and catching up. Hopefully next episode I can give some more of my impressions on something. I'm still trying to be polite and dance around.
Yes, absolutely. That'll be exciting.
Indeed.
Well, anything you want to plug?
Nope. I don't do any of that stuff. I just play online. If you see Risen Devil, that's me online.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, from the direct, Plants vs. Zombies, $20. Very excited for that. Finally, that is back without crappy internet purchases. On
totally forgot about that. Yes.
I'm totally down for that. I'm going to get that on Switch.
Cannot wait.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's not riddled with all this crap the latest one has.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be great. And there's couch co-op as well, so you can play with your family and stuff.
Just curious to see how that'll be.
I wonder if there'll be game share on that for Switch 2, and I wonder if there'll be mouse mode, which would work really well for that game.
I was curious more about the mouse mode than the game share, but especially considering they added the multiplayer, the game share will be curious.
Yeah, so that comes out pretty soon. I'll be getting that day one. Yeah, very excited about that. Some people are like, "Oh, it's just a mobile game." But no, that's a solid game, man.
First of all, that was a good game, whether it came out on mobile or not. So stop being so judgmental.
Yeah, no, and back when it came out, it was before the in-app purchase destroyed that.
Plants vs. Zombies 2 was destroyed by that, but Plants vs. Zombies
the original one
was great.
That was 2010 era. That was great.
Yeah.
Well, cool. RobbyBurns.com for all that Robby's up to. And you can check out my other podcasts, iPad Pros and Vision Pros, if you'd like to listen to those. And we'll be back next time, hopefully just, a month away now, September. Lots going on now. And we'll talk then.
Later.
Bye.